Hi and welcome to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to set up multiple outputs in Microtonic from Sonic Charge using Logic Pro. So it's a very simple process. Let's jump straight to the Mac and see how it works. So first of all, let's choose a software instrument, a new track, and you might want to select your AEU instrument, and so just scroll down to Sonic Charge and just pay attention that we have a couple of different Microtonics. So we have the first one, which is a Microtonic, which only has a stereo output and also a multiple stereo output, only 2 tracks. And we want to select this one, which has, again, Microtonic Multi, which has a stereo track, but it also have 8 different stereo outputs. So we want to select that in order to be able to process the different kit pieces separately. So we can have a compressor on a kick, for example, on a reverb on a drum, or whatever. If you can call them snare and drum and kick drum, because they are actually not really, they are just simple noises. So let's create a new track. And Microtonic is itself, it's already set up for multi-outputs, but you need to enable multi-outputs in Logic. And you need to do that by going to the mixer. So you need to select View and Show Mixer, or simply type the X on your keyboard. So let's press X on the keyboard to reveal the mixer. And you need to click here on the small plus icon that will allow you to add additional aux channels. So the first one is already the sum channel, the stereo summing channel. If I now press play on this, let's just keep the master a little bit low. We now have everything going into the stereo bus. But if I want to add additional stereo buses, I need to click additional 7 times. So we will have 8 tracks in total. You see here we have 7 additional tracks and the first instruments. So let's call this kick 1 and this one kick 2, because we have a pair of kicks, if you want to call them a kicks. So let me put my headphones on and have a listen. So you see here, if I now press play in Microtonic, you will see the different instrument and different kit pieces going out to different channels. So for example, I can have a compressor here. So let's just use the standard compressor in Logic. And let's say I want to have it a little bit compressed and maybe a little bit of makeup. So let's just solo this and listen. Yeah, like this. I like it. A little bit more compression. Let's lower the threshold, and I want to have a very fast attack, but a slow release, fast release as well. Let's remove the solo. And then we have another additional kick here, which is a very boomy. So I want to compress this as well. So let's enable another compressor here. Let's lower the threshold, and I want to have a lot of compression here, and I want to have a very fast attack and a very long release. So anytime the kick comes in, the compressor is on full. Okay, and yeah, that's it for the compressors on the 2. Let's lower them because they are clipping. I don't mind now if they are clipping. It's not a huge problem for the moment. And maybe I want to have additional effects on the snare, for example. So let's call this snare 1. And maybe I want to add a reverber here. So let's select chromaverb, for example. Yeah, a little bit too much. Let's try to lower the wet. Okay, that's it. That could work. And maybe we have another snare here. And let's add another reverb here. So let's use silver reverb this time. Again on stereo. It's again a little bit too much. Let's lower the wet, and I want it to be completely dry. Yeah, a little bit, just like this, something like this. And if I now remove the solo, we now have all the different channels and all the different kit pieces going to different channels. And of course you can, for example, pan them individually and adjust the levels, of course, of the different pieces on the kit, in the drum kit, or maybe you can also mute them if you want. So we can add additional panning. If you're listening on the headphone, you can clearly hear the panning in the different speakers. So that's it for today. If you want to have a look to another multi-output tutorial, let's go to this video, which shows you the configuration of the additional multiple outputs in addicted drums. See you in the next video. Bye bye.